Do you find that you're doing all the right things, you're tracking your diet, you're doing loads of exercise, but you're still not losing weight? Now, this is a problem that I come across all the time. I'm going to tell you why this might be happening and what you can do about it. 1.9 billion adults worldwide are overweight. That's nearly 1/3 of the population. Another worrying stat is that 52% of adults worldwide are struggling to lose weight, and a large number of these adults are aged between 25 and 34. And in another study of 2,000 British adults, 51% of them said that they struggle to find time to lose weight, what with work, kids and life commitments. I'm going to tell you why this is happening and how we can change this. If you don't know me, I'm Natalia, a certified Pilates and barre instructor. I post health and fitness content on here, as well as a weekly Pilates and cardio workouts. I also post a weekly schedule of free workouts every Sunday. If you want to be sent that schedule to your inbox, go onto my website, pop your email in the box, and that's it. Super easy. Also, hit that subscribe button for more videos. All right, let's begin. Number 1, you are not in a calorie deficit. This is the fundamental number 1 reason why people don't lose weight. It's actually such a simple principle. You must consume fewer calories than you burn. A deficit of 500 calories per day can lead to a weight loss of 1 pound per week. So how do you do this? First of all, you calculate your daily energy expenditure. So this is how many calories you burn throughout the week. Then you choose the size of your deficit, subtract that from your energy expenditure, and that will give you the number of calories that you need to eat in a given day to lose weight. My recommendation would be to calculate your calorie intake versus outtake throughout the entire week, just so that you can factor in your rest days, the days that you're exercising. Every day is going to be a little bit different, so calculating the week on the whole is best. So how do you find out how many calories you burn daily? So you can do this by getting yourself a fitness watch. I personally have a Fitbit, and I think a Fitbit is just so useful because I can track my sleep, the steps I take every day, the calories I burn, and that kind of really helps me personally to stay on track. Now, I'm obviously on a maintenance journey. I'm not trying to lose weight or gain weight, but I do find it really, really useful for me and my goal. Where can you get a watch from? You can get one on Amazon, super easy. I'm going to leave a link below in the description box. So if you're interested, click the link below. Now, you don't necessarily have to buy a watch. I know they can be a little bit expensive and it's not necessary. You can also go on a calorie calculator, which is completely free, and I'm going to show you how to do that now.
You can go on caloriecalculator.net, decide which units you want to use, type in your age, your gender, your height and your weight, and then the activity you do throughout the week. So there's a few options here for you to choose from. Then once you've done that, click calculate, and then it's going to calculate how many calories you need to eat in a day to maintain your weight for a mild weight loss and a normal weight loss.
So once you know how many calories you need to burn and how many you need to eat, you then start tracking those calories. And I do recommend a nutrition tracker so that you can see how much you're eating throughout the given day. I have a really good tracker on my website, so make sure you click the link below and it will direct you to the tracker. It's honestly so helpful and so useful when you're on a weight loss journey. So just a few tips. Focus on losing a little bit of weight over time. Try not to starve yourselves because that's going to really slow down your metabolism. And then when you do stop dieting, the weight will just pile back on. So a small deficit over time, try to up your exercise, try to do a few more daily steps and just stay a bit more active, and then focus on that small calorie deficit. Number 2 is a bad diet. Whilst calories are important, the macros and micronutrients you consume also play a significant role in weight loss. Your macros are your proteins, carbs and fats, and your micros are all those vitamins and minerals in your fruit and your vegetables. Now, there are some pretty alarming stats surrounding bad diets. These come from the World Heart Federation, as well as the first one that I mentioned at the start of the video. 340 million children and teenagers between age 5 and 19 are overweight or obese. And also 38.3 million children under 5 are overweight. Now, this is really alarming in my opinion. I think this needs to be taken really seriously because these poor diets are leading to obesity, type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Now, really try to focus on eating a balanced diet with some treats to stay motivated. Try to adopt an 80-20 approach. So that is 80% of your diet being from healthy foods like whole foods, protein, fruits and vegetables, and some carbs, some fats as well, a little bit of dairy, as long as it's in small amounts. Then 20% of your diet can be that donut, that treat on the weekend, maybe a chocolate bar, whatever you enjoy. But just make sure you definitely include that 20% of your diet just so that you don't fall off track and you don't go crazy. Also remember that protein can really boost muscle mass, and the more muscle that you have in your body, the more weight you lose, even when you're just sitting down watching TV or when you're sleeping. So don't be scared of muscle mass and make sure you include a good amount of protein. So a good tip is to aim for a balanced diet of protein, carbs and fat. You can include about 25% of protein, 35% of veg, 15% of fruit and 25% of grains, with a small amount of fat and dairy included. You can see this in this healthy plate chart that is on screen now. So what does this look like? A great example of a breakfast, and one that I eat almost every day, are 2 eggs. I poach them and they're really good for your protein. I have 2 pieces of wholemeal toast, and that's got my complex carbohydrates and my fibre, some avocado for those healthy fats and fibre. And then it depends what I have in the fridge. It's either going to be some mushrooms on the side or some tomatoes for those added micronutrients. So for all those vitamins and minerals. I actually have a really good video, what I eat as a Pilates instructor. It has loads of really good recipes and it just tells you what I eat. It's simple, easy to make. Trust me, I'm no Michelin star chef, so all these dishes are super simple. I'm going to link that video below, so make sure you watch that next for a bit of diet inspo. Number 3 are your hidden calories, and they're so annoying because they're everywhere and you probably don't even notice that you're eating those extra calories. This is the #1 way that people eat way more than they think they do. Sadly, that large latte from Starbucks, which I love, I'm sure you do too, with all those syrups, actually has quite a lot of calories. Oh, that's just my morning coffee. Remember that everything, and I mean everything, needs to be included in your calorie intake. So that includes that little bit of oil that you use for your cooking, all those coffees from that fancy coffee shop that you love, I do too, and also super frustrating, but that 1 glass of wine on the Friday night, which, let's face it, turns into 4 glasses of wine. We've all been there. That actually does have a lot of calories. You might not be putting that into your daily expenditure, but you need to be. You need to be including that. In terms of hidden, liquid is the worst. So what can you do about it? Try to limit your alcohol just to weekends and reduce the amount you drink. Maybe just treat yourself to that latte once or twice a week, and then stick to white Americanos at home throughout the week, so you're not tempted to add all those extra sweeteners and sugars. Maybe focus on some low-calorie snacks, like some healthy Snacker Jacks, low-calorie crisps, some berries and yogurt, maybe some carrots and hummus. These are all really good snacks that are going to keep you full for longer. Prioritise whole foods, prioritise protein and fibre, Track and plan your meals ahead if you can, and use a nutrition tracker. Limit those liquid calories as much as you can, and treat yourself occasionally. Just remember that 80-20 rule. Try to also manage your stress and your sleep, which I'm about to discuss, by the way. And also just remember, consistency is key. Try not to go for ultimate perfection, just make small changes over time. Number 4 is stress. Chronic stress can lead to increased cortisol levels, which can promote weight gain. This happens because when you're stressed, you're often going to eat those unhealthier foods. In a study, 61% of US adults experienced undesired weight changes since the pandemic started in 2020. And this study came from the American Psychological Association. So that just goes to show that during times of stress, people tend to overeat because it's going to make them feel better. Stressed women burn 104 fewer calories in a meal compared to non-stressed women. This could lead to an 11-pound weight gain in a year, and this study came from the Ohio State University. Stress triggers the release of cortisol, which is a hormone that can lead to increased appetite and food cravings, and you're going to go for those sugary and fatty foods. Stress also disrupts your metabolism, and it can make it harder to burn those calories and lose that weight. Stress also leads to poor eating habits, especially emotional eating. You know, when you're in a bad mood or you're stressed, you're going to turn to food for comfort, and it's going to be the unhealthier types of food. Also, stress leads to irregular eating patterns. It can disrupt your schedule. It leads to missed meals or unhealthy snacking. Stress leads to reduced physical activity. It leads to a lack of motivation, which therefore decreases the amount you exercise and leads to a more sedentary lifestyle. Stress can also leave you feeling fatigued, making it harder to find the energy to work out and to plan those healthier meals. Another thing is that stress increases inflammation. It can weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to illness and inflammation, both of which can hinder weight loss. So there's quite a lot to unpack there. Here are some tips to reduce your stress. Try to practice mindfulness, maybe a little 10 or 20 minute meditation at the end of the day or first thing in the morning, 5 to 10 minutes of deep breathing. There's so many apps you can go on. You can even go on YouTube and just find a 5-minute meditation. It's super easy, and it's going to really determine how you go throughout the rest of your day. Also, try to go for nice long walks. Try to do that exercise. Try to find an exercise that you enjoy. Maybe it's Pilates, which is my favorite type of exercise, obviously, or it might be yoga, but just try to find something that's going to make you feel good and kind of make you forget about everyday life. You know, exercise really makes you focus on the present, and it does reduce stress levels. I've got some good relaxation workouts, make sure to check them out. Other ways that you can reduce stress are trying to get an earlier night, maybe spending a bit of time in nature, having a nice long bath, or lighting a scented candle that you really like the smell of. You just need to do what feels good for you. Try to, again, ignore all that is going on in your life, all that work stress, all that life stress, kids, whatever it is that makes you feel, you know, a bit uneasy from time to time. Just think about spending time for yourself, and it's going to really help you to feel better both physically and mentally. Worry really does lead to stress, and it's just not good. Just remember that if you do struggle, you can always seek professional help. There is literally nothing wrong with that. I think therapy is such a good tool, and most of us should be going to therapy. So don't be afraid to do that if you feel like you need to. Number 5, most importantly, not enough sleep. Sleep is so important for both physical and mental health. Not enough sleep can disrupt hormones that regulate hunger and satiety. This leads to overeating and weight gain. In a study by the National Sleep Foundation, found that people that sleep less than 6 hours consistently per night were more likely to be overweight or obese. Sleep deprivation disrupts those hormones that regulate hunger, which are leptin and ghrelin. And this leads to increased appetites and cravings, again, especially for all that sugary and fatty foods. Just think about it, when you're so tired, you don't have energy, and the first thing you're going to go for is that quick and easy snack. For me, it would be a chocolate bar. So what can you do about this? Try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night if you can. Try your best not to use your phone before bed. Those blue lights will stop you sleeping. Maybe put your phone away an hour before you go to sleep. Make sure you switch off and relax, stick to a routine. Try not to have dinner too late. Although I personally find this really helpful, reading a good book is so effective for me. But if watching Netflix helps you, then do that. Just make sure you do what works for you. Another thing that might work for you is having a really relaxing bedtime routine. That might be some gentle stretches before you go to bed, lighting a relaxing candle, and having that really nice long bath. Just make sure you do what works for you. You might also find that too much sleep is going to make you feel sluggish, so find your sweet spot. And finally, failing and give it up. Now, it is common to hit a plateau when you're on your weight loss journey, so please don't be hard on yourself. In a recent study from the European Journal of Social Psychology, it found that it can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days for a person to form a new habit. Now, 250 days is a long time, and the average time to form a new habit is 66 days. However, this varies greatly depending on the individual, the habit, and the circumstances. So just remember that it's going to take time. It's all about making small incremental steps over time. And don't be hard on yourself, don't be impatient. Just know that it might take you a few weeks, it might take you a few months, it might even take you over a year to make these changes, but you just know that in the long run, it's gonna benefit you. Remember, consistency is key, and these steps will compound over time. Just be persistent when trying to change your habit. Don't be discouraged if you slip up occasionally. It's absolutely fine and it's normal. I mean, we're all human beings. We're all gonna slip off or come off track occasionally. Just try to get back on track as soon as possible without being hard on yourself. Now, these statistics paint quite a concerning picture of how lifestyle factors are negatively impacting our weight and overall health. However, it is important to remember that change is possible by making conscious efforts to manage your stress, prioritize your sleep, adopt a healthier diet, and do some exercise that you really enjoy. Then we can take control of our health and well-being. Just remember, your body is adapting to a new routine as well. So there might be days where you feel a little bit tired if you've done a super difficult workout. That's okay to rest. Rest is super important to factor rest into your weight loss journey. If you don't rest, it's really unsustainable and you are going to fall off track, or you're going to go back to previous routines. Relax, try not to stress, make sure you rest, have that occasional glass of wine and that chocolate bar, and make sure you don't do anything extreme. Do things sensibly, and also, most importantly, allow time for your weight loss journey. And don't expect results overnight. Let me tell you how you can stay consistent. Mix up your routine, try different workouts, try strength as well as cardio workouts, do Pilates. It's honestly amazing, because some days you can go hard and do some really strength heavy workouts, and other days you can focus on more gentle Pilates stretches. And quickly again, sign up to the weekly schedule and we can do this together. But if you don't want to do Pilates, that's absolutely fine as well. Just make sure you find movement that you enjoy. It's so key and important to find what you love and find what is going to make you feel good. It doesn't have to be my workouts. It can be going for a nice long walk. You know, you have to do what is good for you. That there might also be a health condition or a reason why you might be gaining weight. This might be due to hormonal changes or an underactive thyroid. So go and speak to your doctor if none of what I've mentioned is helping. I really love making this type of content. There's so much more I could go into, but I didn't want to make this video an hour long. I thought that would be a bit too much. But if you did enjoy this video and you found it useful, please make sure you leave a comment below and also like the video so I know to make more of these types of videos. I really hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope it motivates you on your weight loss journey. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon in another video like this or in a workout. Bye!